Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. My name is Rick, and I'm joined with my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
If you're not watching us, you don't know what's happening. But if you're watching us, Rick
I'm
is
sorry.
a pufferfish.
I'm a pufferfish. If you like what you're listening or seeing to, which I really hope, please like wherever you are at. Hopefully it's on the YouTube. If you're not on the YouTube, go to the YouTube because this part's pretty fun. And you can drop us a like. Please subscribe. Please let us drop a message down for us in the comments, which I do have one from our good friend, Jamie Dawes, which I'll get to in a second. Jamie, I will get to yours. Let's see.
What's up with your eye?
What's wrong with my eye? Oh, I can blink. Look. One eye, the other eye, one eye, the other eye. And then I dance like this. And then I go, oh my God. Okay. So.
I mean, you are Dory? It is Dory, right?
Dory's, she's like a blue thing.
Right, but like that's his persona right now.
Yeah. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
All right, so I do have we do have to read something else first, and I'm going to get serious about it. So I will take the pufferfish off. Yeah, Here we go. Kim, Amanda and I had a little round table chat, and we love you, and we think you're great, and you add a ton of value to the pod. Unfortunately, we've looked at the data, and making chapter notes is simply not one of those values. In fact, your notes have officially entered the Night Circus tier of operations. We love you.
I did not consent to this.
We love you too much to watch you struggle, so we're letting you go from that specific job effective immediately. We wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Okay, so
such a fucked up way to do this.
So Mr. Ricardo Caceres, I submitted a letter of intent to Amanda before this podcast where I said, Mr. Ricardo Caceres knew that I intended to make the notes for the podcast this evening and passively aggressively created them without informing me. And I was angry.
No, I actually did it to help
and
you.
I also said, I'm not going to fight about this anymore, but perhaps now we are going to fight about it in the court of Romantasy Roundtable.
Oh, I would love that. I think we should have a court.
I just would like to state for the record that I am actively trying not to mediate conflict between people that I care about. And I'm really annoyed that... What was that? Did you hear that?
No. Your mic is good. We don't hear
There's
it.
so much happening in my neighborhood. There's like something's going on in the subway. It's crazy. Anyway, I would very much like to be excluded from this narrative.
No, you're the judge. We're going to both present our cases. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
I actually did that, Kimberly, to help you because the notes were a bitch. They were an actual bitch. And I was concerned about that because whoever made this file, stitched together two books. And I was like, is it going to be able to read it? And the answer is no. So if you're wondering if I had to take each individual book, separate the individual book chapters, get the summary, and then put in like the reading order and then tell AI to be like, now put them notes in this order, it wasn't fun. So I did that for that reason.
Okay. Well, I will be the bigger person here and say, thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate the notes. And I'm so glad that you're going to continue to do them moving forward.
Next week you can apply for your job back. Actually, no. I'll probably do them. All right. But we do have a message from our good friend Jamie Dawes. So Kim, you do get a win back here because he's on your side. All right. So I believe this is he's referring to when you hated Furybound and you were like, I just want to know what's happening with these other characters. And I was like, but we didn't know what happened with Chaol. And he says, sorry, Rick. That's the subject. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. It's actually evening right now. I'm sorry to say, but on the if you read in the publication order for Throne of Glass, it is not the same. And I am with you, Kim. You know where they are, and it's not the same. P.S. He does read Game of Thrones or the Joken Roken Tolken universe as my next large adventure. Do I? He's asking. Do I read the Game of Thrones or the Joken Roken Tolken universe as my next large adventure? Would like your help. All right. Asking for a question. Well, I'll just jump in and say that I've only read the first Roken series. No. Wait. What was the question again?
Should you read Game of Thrones or the
Game of Thrones? That's what it was. I've only read the first book of Game of Thrones, and from that I learned that it was basically like 95% to the show, that first book at least, and then I stopped reading or watching the show, which I think was a good idea. And I was actually having this conversation today with Ben, one of our English teachers, Jamie, and I've tried to read Tolkien. I've tried to read Lord of the Rings, and it's boring as fuck, I think.
I've only read The Hobbit.
Right. I was about to say, The Hobbit, 10 out of 10. Lord of the Rings, not so much.
I mean, you have to go into Lord of the Rings knowing that, like, he is just geeking out the entire book.
Yeah, he's just, like, so happy to be there.
Right. And so he is just like, here is all of my languages that I've created, and here is, son of son of son of son of son, like, here, let me give you the entire family tree going back 20 generations. And you just kind of have to accept that that's going to be a lot of stuff that your eyes kind of glaze over for, with a really good story and a really amazing narrative built into that. I will say, having also not even made it through the first Game of Thrones book, which I'm like kind of embarrassed by, and I attempted like 15 years ago. I made it as far as the first dire wolf dying, and that was the end of it for me. I was like, nope, this is going to be too bloody and gory, and things that I care about are going to die, and that's it. So
I had like a important confessional conversation with our biggest fan, Cindy. And she confessed to me that she does not like romantasy. And she, in fact, just likes fantasy and doesn't really like romance. And I chose that moment to confess that I don't like romantasy. I just like romance and don't really like fantasy. So, Jamie, I don't know. I DNF'd both those series. So I wish you well on your endeavors. You read like a lot of high fantasy, so I think you're going to have a good time, and I think you're going to read them both in your life. But good for them, not for me. Go ahead, Rick.
Okay, I can actually help with something. Jamie, if you haven't read these, they are on my TBR. I've heard nothing but great things about this one. Kim, I think you know this one. It's called the King Killer Chronicle. Mm-hmm. All right, The Name of the Wind. I hear that's
Name
like...
of the Wind. I was literally going to say it next also.
Yeah.
Go for the Patrick Rothfuss. Yeah.
So everyone tells me that one is like, stop everything and read. The other one, Kim, I know you like, that I will eventually get to them, but they're chunky. I think they're like 1,000 pages each. Is what's his face? Mistborn guy.
Brandon Sanderson.
Stormlight?
Yeah. With the Stormlight Chronicles.
Yeah. So Stormlight Chronicles, there's 4 books. They're each big chonkers at like 1,000 page each, but I hear they're really good. And Mistborn was the other one. That's also really good. So those are the ones that I recommend. There you go. Those are high fantasy.
I would imagine Jamie is like, yeah, amateurs.
I know, but maybe not the King Killer Chronicle though.
Jamie, have you heard of the book Romantasy? Because
right.
I think we're gonna read that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought it up, because that's also, man, that synopsis on that book sounds perfect.
Guys,
well,
it's June 2nd. Happy Pride.
If we
everyone.
have to,
Happy Pride
happy
to
Pride.
Every character in every book that we've ever read. Happy Pride to what's her name?
Good old
Fury
what's her
Bound.
name?
Happy Pride to Carrion Swift. Happy Pride to Riddick. Happy Pride to
More.
Happy Pride to us all. Happy Pride to Scott Hunter.
Oh yeah, my husband.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do this real quick though. Jamie asked us to pick, if you had to pick between Game of Thrones and Game of Walking, which one are you picking?
What? Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Can I pick The Hobbit?
No. Sure, you can pick The Hobbit, but by extension, you're also picking Lord of the Rings.
I'm picking the Joken Roken Tolken series because I wanted to say Joken Roken Tolken again. Final answer.
Kimberly?
I am also, I think, choosing Lord of the Rings. Even though the Tom Bombadil extravaganza in book 1 just goes on a diverges for hundreds of pages. But like I said, I found Game of Thrones to be too dark. I just there was immediately too much death, and I was too angry and upset about the fact that they killed an animal. He killed an animal in the first 15%. And also, if you can hear Bartholomew in the background, I apologize. He is having a night.
Also, if my dog gets a vote, she also picks Lord of the Rings because she really likes the movies because there's a lot of horses. And she really likes watching movies with horses in them.
I will close this out by saying I also think you should read Lord of the Rings if you have to pick between those two, mainly because it's done. And you know you will get a full story.
Enough.
So that's honestly why I would pick that. But you know what else is done? The Throne of Glass series.
The Throne of Grass?
Throne of Grass series.
That's what we're reading. This is actually the first episode of our Tandem read 6-episode arc.
Sure is. And it was the biggest bitch to put these fucking notes together. But we got them. I think question mark. I finished them on the bus. I did not look over them. But it seems to... I had to give it very significantly modified instructions to get this done.
I love that.
So
we are so appreciative.
Thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you so much for your efforts.
Mm-hmm.
We are reading Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, Empire of Dawn, Tower of Storms. This section starts with Nightfall, which is from Empire of Storms, and it ends with Chapter 13 from Empire of Storms as well. Rick, are you hosting today?
Sure am.
Great.
All right. So we're starting with, do you want me to say, okay, so right now this is going to be, do you want me to say if it's from Empire of Storms or?
I think just tell us when we switch books.
Sure. All right. So Empire of Storms, Nightfall, prologue. Princess Aelin and her human war leader Gavin look out over a totally doomed battlefield as Erewhon's massive demon army prepares to wipe them out. Gavin tries to pull the ultimate "you have so much to live for" card to get Aelin to flee due to her lifespan, but she's absolutely not abandoning her people. She drops the bomb that her father's fey magic is failing, meaning the entire continent will fall unless they do something drastic tonight. So they hatch a secret suicidal plan to sneak across the valley and trap Erewhon, leaving their friends behind, praying future generations will eventually forgive them.
I have 2 thoughts about this chapter.
Yep.
Number 1, I read this chapter 3 times, and I still didn't retain anything about it.
Oh, I would
Number
love to
2,
talk about this chapter.
Princess Elena is and always will be Princess Elena of Avalor from the Disney show. And specifically, it will be this video that my niece sent me when she tried to FaceTime me when she was maybe 6. And I didn't answer, so she sent me a video. And she says, "Hi, Auntie Amanda. So I'm dressing up as Princessa Lena." And that's how she takes a breath in the middle of the word Elena. And so when you said Princess Elena, I was like, Princessa Lena. That's all.
So this chapter, let me help you talk about this chapter real quick.
That's not what you wanted to talk about?
No, I did not. So
what does Samus want to talk about, though? Because he's got some stuff to say, it sounds like.
He wants to talk about what?
That's me.
That's not me.
That's the dog outside here.
Oh, I thought it was coming from Rick because he was all lit up. Okay.
No.
Never mind.
I will.
So
You're fine. I was just trying to pick on Rick.
So this is all the way back in the beginning of time, and Erewhon's fucking shit up, and Elena and Gavin are trying to save the day, right? And basically, Elena is like, we can't kill him. Like, you literally can't kill him. And so what we have to do is trap him. And the problem is he will eventually get out one day. But so one of our future relatives is going to have to stop him. But so people will die in the future, but at least we're saving people now. That's basically what happened.
Cool. That's what I got, but it took me like 3 reads to get it.
All right. Chapter 1.
So like,
Go ahead.
and I get it because they're like, we're gonna save the world, but only temporarily. But what a terrible legacy to leave in the long term. Of, we've done a great thing, except a couple hundred years when somebody else is going to have to clean up our mess, which is what this entire rest of the series is about.
Chapter 1. Still in Storm. We find a lead Loken limping through the endless, cage-like oak-walled farce, starving and sporting a majorly painful leg injury. She's carrying a creepy, thrumming black stone gifted by Kaltain Rompier, which she's supposed to deliver to a mysterious girl named Selena Sardothian. Alid has to dive into the roots of an oak tree when she sports a couple of sloppy iron-teeth witches flying wyverns overhead in the broad daylight. Little does she know, the brooding 500-year-old Fey warrior Loken Salvater Paisan is lurking in the thickets, ready to hunt and interrogate her because she subtly reeks of the Volg.
I was like, my friends are back.
All of my friends are back.
I mean, not all of them, but like they're coming back.
Okay,
Some of my friends are here.
Did we decide on a lead A or a lead?
I think we decided on a lead, but I think we decided on Lorcan.
Yeah, Lorcan.
I don't know what you said, but you didn't say Lorcan.
There's no R in his name.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at Alid's last name. That's my bad.
Alid Lorcan.
Lorcan,
No.
yep.
And Lorcan Salvateri.
Lorcan? Chapter 2.
Yeah, why did she make those names so close?
So stupid.
Lorcan and Lorcan. Like, that was just unnecessary, particularly when she's like throwing these two characters together. It's like
right. It didn't bother me in the last books because they weren't near each other, but now they're clearly near each other. So now I'm like, oh, this was dumb.
Yeah.
Come on, Sarah.
I'm happy she's back.
Chapter 2. Aelin is practicing her water magic by a rainy stream when her Fey Prince Rowan sneaks up to deliver some heavy morning flirtation and some predatory tension. The cozy romance is cut short because they are prepping for a high-stakes meeting with the Terrasen Lords, all while wondering why Erewhon hasn't launched his next attack yet. Meanwhile, Aedion is busy drilling Aelin on the Lord's dramatic histories while... I haven't thought of a fun name for her yet. Let me just call her her right name. Lysandra lives her best life getting groomed as a giant ghost leopard. Instead of the Lord showing up at the camp, a very stressed out messenger arrives to tell them that the meeting has been moved to a local tavern because the old guys don't want to get wet.
All my friends are here.
Yay, we're back.
I love the little ones.
They're cute.
Yeah, the little folk.
We haven't even seen them yet.
We haven't, but they come up here.
No, I know.
The water. Yeah, we don't know anything about what they look like. Except
they're giving.
They keep appearing and offering her things.
Yeah. Well, and we find out in a couple chapters that they're kind of like sending her like Easter eggs. Right. Is Taylor Swift a little folk?
She's got a whole army of little folk.
Maybe she's Aelin.
No,
not like a ham.
Not like a ham.
Now my friends are back because in Chapter 3, Manon's terrifying grandmother rolls into Morath with her coven, immediately throwing shade and accusing Manon of blowing up the Yellow-Leg Witches. They head into the council room only to find Duke Parrington has ditched his sagging meat body for a gorgeous golden-haired upgrade. Honestly, Erewhon is a total... Oh, dude, Gemini totally fucked this up. Ready for this one? Honestly, Erewhon is a total girl boss for pulling off such a dramatic aesthetic makeover while casually ordering the destruction of Rifthold.
I did request girl boss be thrown in and not where I would expect it.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why I did that. Okay.
Yeah. Hi.
Manon manages to convince him not to leave the capital in complete rubble for strategic reasons, but he demands she smash the city's famous glass wall before she suits up in her new armor and flies away. So Manon's getting ready to sack the city. Do we think she's going to do it? Did we think she was going to do it at this point?
I was struggling with the fact that Manon was struggling here. Like, I was like, I understand that she like isn't really clear. I don't know. Like, she's declared that her loyalty is to the 13 and not to like the like Iron Teeth witches as a whole. But like, I'm not really clear on like what she's going to do and what she's not going to do. I think where she lands actually like makes a lot of sense. But in this moment, I was like, oh, I don't know what she's going to do.
I also I don't think she knew. You know, she was very much just sort of like, I don't want this to be an all-out disaster, and so how do I save this from not being
An all-out disaster.
Right, exactly. For like me to have more time, in essence, to figure out what this needs to be.
Chapter 4. Aelin and her crew sneak into a packed, rainy crossroads tavern to finally confront the remaining lords of Terrasan. Lord Darrow wastes absolutely no time being a complete hater, throwing massive insult at Lysandra. What do you call her? I'm calling her Lysandra. Jamie, name check. Lysandra, waiting on you. Lysandra's past, questioning Rowan's Fae loyalty. Yeah, this is where Darrow's like, she's a whore. Not going to happen. When Darrow pushes it way too far by insulting Aedion's history, Aelin snaps and slams a dagger right between the old man's fingers to protect her court. The dramatic meeting ends in total disaster when Darrow pulls out a signed document declaring that the lords refuse to recognize her as queen, warning that taking her throne will mean war. Right, Bartholomew?
First of all, fuck this guy.
Fuck Darrow.
Second of all, I was like, oh, there's the conflict.
Right. I remember the first time reading this, and I still feel this now. This might be one of my like most hated conflicts in any book.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean she's not the queen?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Like
you're mad at her for being a child?
Right, exactly.
We talked about, I think it was in Direbound when the sword broke and was like, oh, we have to nerf the main character because she's too strong, right? So like, we don't take away her magical power. We don't let her be the queen, which just, it makes me so much more angry.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel this multiple times in this book, I think kind of to your point too, where it's like, and this happens when they get to the Southern Continent also, where they're like, what has Aelin been doing for the last 10 years? And it was like, she was fucking 11.
Yeah.
You know, she was a child.
She was a literal child, and she still is. And so, yeah, like, she didn't know. How did you expect her to come back with, like, swords and an army at the age of 12?
Yeah.
You know, obviously shit happened, and she had to survive, and now she's old enough to be able to come and wield some power. So.
She actually, she kind of turned it around pretty quick, honestly.
Right?
Like,
I didn't have my shit together at 21.
I still don't have my shit together. But okay, real quick, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Let me throw this question at you guys. Because even Aelin says this. Is Darrow wrong? Like Aelin shows up out of the blue and he's like, no, I need to protect these lands. We don't know you. You just came out of nowhere. No, we're not recognizing you.
I don't think he's wrong, but I think he's a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agreed.
Like,
100%.
I think there's a way to say this of like, I want to partner and I want to see you prove yourself and I want to know that you really are loyal to Terrasan and that you're prepared for this. And then there's a way to be like, I'm going to be power hungry and I'm just saying no so that I can continue to be sort of a leader in absentee.
And Aelin, I think it's, is it here? No, it's in the next chapter, so I'll talk to that. Do you want to say something, Amanda?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just debating if I want to also be a fish.
Oh, yeah, be a fish. Chapter 5. After the disastrous meeting with Lord Darrow, Aelin and her court receive... Oh, by the way, guys, if anyone listening, I'm calling her Aelin because I'm working on a TikTok video So if you've seen the Key and Peele skit where like he calls the students by the wrong name, like Balake, I'm working on character names. So right now for me, she's Aelin and he's Adion. So I'm sorry.
That's what we're
Okay.
So Aelin and her court receive urgent word from a messenger that a massive legion of Iron Teeth witches is flying to sack Rifthold. Rowan immediately activates his inner alpha Fey Prince flight mode, and takes to the skies with his winged magic to save King Dorian. Planning to rendezvous with the squad later at Skull's Bay. Before hitting the road, Aelin slices her palm open to swear a terrifying blood vow to protect young Evangeline while promising a purple-faced Darrow that she'll make him crawl for help. Sort of, but not really. That's what I want to talk about, but let me finish this up. The dramatic departure wraps up as Aelin breaks apart a hidden twig and wool message from the little folk and spots the legendary Lord of the North watching her from the deep woods. What Aelin actually says to Darrow is, I'm going to leave. It's fine. When you come crawling to me for help, I will help you.
I will help.
Yep.
And I'm
I
going
think
to
she handles it really well.
Huh?
I think she handles it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she takes the high road where she's like, no, I really am good to my word. I am loyal to my kingdom, and here I'm going to prove it to you.
Oh, and there's a couple parts that I love here. Now I'm going off memory. So she tells Evangeline to win her court back, which is really sweet.
It is. I'm sad to like say goodbye to Evangeline in some ways here, because I do feel like Evangeline's not a little guy. Let me be clear. She is a human and not a magical sidekick. But also in some ways, she's like our little guy.
She's a little guy. Yeah.
She's something that she's sweet and innocent and we care about.
She's Lola Precious.
We're now switching to Chapter 1 of Tower of Dawn. Tower of Yawn. Chapter 1. Chaol. Nah, what's it called?
No, it's Chaol.
I had a good one. Whatever.
No.
Chaol Westfall is trapped in his own personal nightmare as he navigates the sprawling, gorgeous palace of Antica in a wheelchair where he absolutely... You like that, right? Antica. In a wheelchair where he absolutely despises. While adjusting to the devastating numb reality of his paralyzed legs, he is forced to maintain a stone-faced military composure while Nezrin wheels his squeaky chair past the watchful court. He is deeply bitter about his new title as Hand of the King, feeling like a total lord of nothing, while mourning his tortured men and the fallen state of Adarlan. To make matters worse, he has to brace himself for a high-stakes meeting with an all-powerful great... How do we say this word? Is it Kagan?
Kagan?
I was saying Kagan.
Kagan, desperately wondering how he's going to find a legendary healer to fix his spine while simultaneously begging for a foreign army to join their war. Kael's got it real hard right now. You look ridiculous.
I'm an astronaut.
For everyone watching on YouTube, it's going to be one of those nights, apparently. Amanda's having a great time.
And if you're not watching on YouTube, come watch it real quick.
Right. And Rick was having a great time with being on Pufferfish earlier also. Okay. Am I the only person who likes
Chaol?
changes? Not about Chaol. I appreciate the change of scenery.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I get there. I don't like it yet, but I get there.
I just think, I think it's in some ways like and it's not this chapter, but as we are sort of very quickly introduced to this new royal family, and obviously there's like intrigue and stuff going on, I find this to be fun.
Yeah, no, I didn't really like this chapter, but when we come back to Tower of Dawn, I'm interested when we come back to it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the intro where he's like,
yeah,
I'm just wheelchairing myself around. Right
yeah, but it's like weird because we just get this one chapter and then we like don't have it again for a really long time.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah, it's kind of weird how the tandem read, how they like sort of Empire Storms is sort of at the forefront, and then Tower of Dawn is back-ended. So.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We're back at Empire Storms, Chapter 6. King Dorian is brooding in his tower at Hrifthold, fighting off for the eerie silence and traumatic nightmares of his time spent beneath the Wordstone collar. The moody atmosphere goes up in flames when the sky fills with wyverns as Iskra's Legion and Manon's 13 launch mainly Iska's, launch a devastating aerial assault on the capital city. Refusing to hide out like a damsel, Dorian stands his ground on his balcony to unleash the lethal whip of raw ice and wind magic that shreds the invading witches. The king's epic defensive stance comes to a grinding halt when a vicious yellow-leg witch ambushes him from behind with a little tail with the spikies and strikes him with a paralyzing venomous blow. Let me go in the next chapter because it's basically the same. Chapter 7. Just as the yellow-legged witch prepares to claim her prize, Manon lets her brutal warrior instinct take over and cleanly cuts down her coven rival with Wind Cleaver. So actually, we didn't see her. She sort of struck from behind. Dorian's about to get killed. He's about to get unalived. And this witch's head just falls off, and it's Manon standing there. And as always, Dorian manages to get out a cheeky "Hello, witchling," before Rowan sweeps into the crumbling tower on a mighty storm of pine-scented wind magic to join the fray. The white-haired general commands them to flee. That's Rowan, I guess. The white-haired general commands them to flee, giving the boys enough time. What?
That's Manon.
That is okay. Yeah, they're both white-haired though, right? Is Rowan white-haired? Yeah, okay. So Manon tells him to leave and gives him enough time to mount a stealthy escape down the castle's hidden dusty bowels. Rowan promptly secures a small boat at the docks and then shifts into hawk form, guiding the exhausted, cloaked king safely away from the burning city. So basically, I like this a lot because they went back down to the downstairs dungeon area where Aelin had gutted good old what's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good old what's his name? I don't remember. But I like that because we got to see that area again, and Rowan was pretty smart. You know, he threw Dorian in the boat, put a little blanket on him, and was like, "We're just gonna sail, and nobody's gonna be in there.
Go forth."
I also thought this was a remarkable amount of action really early in the book, which I appreciated because this was like a really big scene.
Yeah.
Rifthold is a city that we have been well acquainted with for the first few books, and there already was like a major battle in Rifthold too, and so this feels real. I mean, it is really instrumental to the plot moving forward, but it just feels like a big battle scene at the beginning and kind of sets the tone.
Yeah, I was surprised that Rifthold got fucked up so quickly.
Yeah, and not even to get fucked up, they destroyed the wall of glass that Aelin made.
Yeah. I was we just made that.
Like,
she just built that.
She just made that. It was like a symbol of hope, Pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, he just became king.
Yeah.
And then I think most importantly, of course, we see the developing friendship between Manon and Dorian as Manon saves him. And they have sort of like these we see each other moments.
They're Rick's OTP.
Yep. My one true ship.
Yeah, they're your one true pairing.
That works.
They're your favorite ship.
Much more than student ship.
Much more than student ship.
Speaking of favorite ships, we have spent a lot of time over the last couple days discussing the Rift Bodice's summer bingo.
We have.
Which, for anybody out there who is interested in some romance/romantasy fun, the Rift Bodice, our favorite independent romance bookstore here in Brooklyn, but also in LA, does a summer bingo with all kinds of just silly challenges on it.
And not to brag or anything, but I did get blackout last year on the bingo board, not like in alcohol.
Oh.
But one of the squares on bingo is canoe. We really appreciate that Dorian and Rowan
Check.
I love that. I didn't even think about that. That's
flying
great.
out here in a canoe. So, boom, we have one of the bingo squares already.
Although I believe that I'm going to use both of these books for the dual timeline square.
Okay.
Because it's 2 books, singular timeline. I think it counts. Kim says that I don't need to do that.
2 books for one, but yeah.
What?
I'm telling you, you can save it for Crescent City.
Next chapter?
Chapter 8. Deep within the labyrinth of the Oakwall Forest. What? Let me read. Jesus. A completely exhausted Aelin. Why do we always say her last name? Aelin pauses by a rushing stream to nurse her severely aching leg. Her survival mission hits a massive snag when her trembling hands accidentally drop her canteen cap straight into the freezing current. Little does she know, the terrifyingly brooding Fey warrior, Lorcan Salvater, is cloaked in the nearby brush, secretly calculating whether he should kill her himself. Honestly, Aelin is a total girl boss for navigating this brutal wilderness on sheer stubborn willpower while carrying Caltain's thrumming black stone gift.
Aelin, honey, you're fine. You're not a girl boss for doing that. You're just like
You're just surviving.
You're just doing the thing. This is not an appropriate use of girl boss.
But she is doing the thing well.
Yeah, no, she's doing great. But like,
really disabled.
All right.
Yep.
We're back in, what's it called? What's Tower Dome place called?
That city. The southern
Antica.
Antica. All right. What? It's like how Beavis says it.
No, I hate this one.
That's terrifying. Tower of Yawn chapters.
I don't want him on my head.
Tower of Yawn chapters 2 and 3. Nesrin Falik finds herself drowning in a wave of homesickness as she and Chaol finally face Urus, the great. What is it? Kagan of the southern continent. So basically, like the ultimate emperor. They try to play nice by offering up massive trunks of blood-brought jewels from Aelin's stash, but the Kagan's terrifyingly efficient spy network has already leaked Aelin's lethal pass as Selena Sardelthian. So he's like, no, I know who these are from. I don't want your money. To make matters...
These are blood jewels.
Right. To make matters worse, the royal court drops a double whammy of devastating news. The Kagan's youngest daughter, Tumlin. Yes? Tumlin?
Look, let me tell you something about the Kagan.
No, it was so funny. Go ahead.
All right, fine. Let me tell you something about the Kagan. This man has like 40 fucking kids. I don't know any of their names. I don't know any of their deals. They keep telling us. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't care.
Right.
One of them's dead.
One of them is dead.
Rip.
She's the youngest.
She's the youngest. She's a little baby. So Tumlin died under mysterious circumstances 3 weeks ago, and Duke Parrington's forces have completely sacked Rifthold. Nesrin is thrown into absolute shock, completely panicking over the safety of her family back home, while a visibly strained Chaol tries to comfort her by gripping her hand as they escape their quarters. So, first thing that I like, remember, these books came out like a year apart. This is where dude is like, yo, your people's place just got attacked by wyverns, which just happened in the last chapter. Which is why I really like this tandem read for stuff like this.
Yeah, agreed. And also, like, she has a really natural reaction to this, which I also appreciate. Where she's like, holy, I'm terrified, and my family is, who knows what's happened with them. And I said this before, but I just like really like the introduction of all of the various characters of the Kagan's children in this as well. And there are 6, is that right?
There are 6 of them. One of them's like the sky commander. One of them's like the ground commander.
Sartek is his name.
A lesbian. Happy Pride to her.
Oh, yeah.
One is pregnant.
One is pregnant.
And one is the spy.
One is the spy and one is dead.
Yeah.
And that's 6. Sky, ground, spy, pregnant, lesbian, dead.
Wow, I love it. And the funny thing is, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Great. Maybe I'll remember who they are now.
Spy,
Spy's the oldest.
Agon, Aegon, Agast,
Yeah.
Agrit,
Agum. Yeah.
Aegon. Ground warrior, Kishin. Kishi.
Girl, I don't know.
Right.
Caution.
Caution. There we go. Sartek, flying.
Sadak.
What?
Sadak.
How's it spelled?
I thought it was Sartaq.
Okay. I don't think so, but I will trust you.
I could be
Sadak
wrong.
is a Hebrew word.
All right. So while you look it up, Chapter 3, Chaol's left completely to his own process the catastrophic news about Hrifthold, while Nezrin locks herself away in her room in a state of pure shock. Just as he's spiraling, Prince Kashin unceremoniously strolls into the suite to invite them to the high table for dinner every night.
Is ground.
Correct. But he quickly pivots to dropping a massive conspiracy theory. Kashin admits he absolutely does not believe his beloved sister, Tumlin, committed suicide. Dead. And asks Chaol to use his outsider perspective to spy on the court of foreign saboteurs. Left with nothing but his thoughts, Chaol has to endure a highly clinical and humbling bath from a sheer silk-clad servant, desperately praying that King Dorian survive the attack while trying to figure out how to salvage this nightmare of a diplomatic mission.
I'd like to make a prediction about Tower of Dawn. There's like 80 fucking women in this book that want to fuck Chaol.
You haven't even got there yet.
Well, so far there's 3 of them.
Hold up.
We've only met 3 women. Well, we've met 4 and one of them's a lesbian.
There's a part where he like strolls in and someone...
And one's pregnant.
There's where someone's
we've met 5.
There's a part where
someone's dead.
He like rolls in somewhere and someone's like, does anybody want to help him? And the way it's described in the book is every woman raises their hand.
I don't get it. Like, okay, no, I do get it. He's a refrigerator of a man. We know. If we've listened back to my episodes, we know that I understand Chaol's appeal, but it's also like, are there no other, have they never seen another man? Has no other refrigerator ever entered the town of Antica?
Yeah, but he's like, he's, quote unquote exotic to them because he's from the northern continent, so he's not.
They're like, wow, a white
that they see regularly. I'm sure he's a different coloring than they see regularly. I'm sure that he has a station. He does have a station, and so they're probably like, oh my god, he's the hand of the king. Blah blah blah.
I wonder how his manhood is.
No,
they use that word a lot in this book.
It's too much. Anyway, my money's on Urine.
Chapter 9. The stealthy...
We're back to Empire Storms.
Oh, we are back to Empire Strikes Back. The stealthy stakeout takes a horrifying turn when a pack of blue-skinned, wingless monstrosities called the Ilkin? Ilkin tear through the forest after a lead. Lorcan steps into the clearing to block their path, absolutely stunned to discover that these grotesque demon hunters can effortlessly slice through fey magic shields. You guys are fucking crazy. The creepy leader casually informs Lorcan that they are hunting a thief. She's gone. That they're hunting a thief and murderer for Erewhon, offering him a major power upgrade if he helps them catch her. Before Lorcan can figure out his next tactical move, a blood-curdling scream echoes from the deep woods to signal that Elite's time has officially run out. Before this, I think they heard that they were coming, so like Lorcan and Elite did talk, right, at this point? And he was like, run?
Like, a little. Yeah, they didn't have like a big combo.
But he was like, run. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's all that's happened there.
And he had been like debating, like, do I take her out or do I let them take her out? And then he was like, no, something else is happening here. So revealed himself to her and was like, get the fuck away.
I really like this next chapter. So Elide finds herself completely cornered in a clearing by a grotesque wingless Volag demon called an Ilkin that wants to sample her blood. She tries to summon her inner courage. She doesn't try. She actually does. And she does. Go ahead.
She is girl bossing.
She's girl bossing here. and use her wits to trick the monster, but it strikes and sends her crashing into the dirt. So did that happen?
She basically is like, I'm gonna be Manon.
Right.
Yeah.
And like
Act like Manon.
Yeah, so she like tries to summon all of this like dark, confident energy and is just
She's we don't know what's going on.
she's trying to summon all of this like dark, confident energy and is just trying to be like using that as a tactic
And it works.
to get out of trouble. And it works, yeah.
They fight her? They come back and get her after that? I don't remember, but it's fine. I'll just read what it
We
says.
her time, but then like she runs, and as they're approaching her again, Lorcan like comes out and
Lorcan comes out, absolutely decimates the creature with his brutal axes and dark death magic. Instead of a cozy rescue, the terrifying Fey warrior immediately pins her down and demands to know exactly who she is and what she's hiding. Is this where she...
Everybody's coupling up. The whole book. Everybody's coupling up. The whole book. Pins her down.
How many... No, I don't want to talk about that. Tower of Dawn, yeah, she knows exactly what I'm going to say.
We all know. We don't want to hear it. Back to Tower of Dawn.
Back to Tower of Dawn, chapters 4 and 6. Chapter 4, over at the towering Torre Sesme, a prodigally gifted Urine Towers is back.
Yay! I was so excited. I knew she was going to come back eventually, and I assumed, because her name is Urine Towers and the book is called Tower of Dawn, that this is where we were going to see her, and I was right.
Maybe the book should be called Towers of Dawn.
They do, like, I don't know if it's in this chapter or in the next one, but they do, like, at some point in this acknowledge that, like, it's so funny that her name is Towers and you're in a tower.
Yeah. She's celebrating her top of the class exam. Good job. She's a smarty one, too. She's into books. She scores when the healer on high, Hafiza? Mazel tov. Tries to convince her... No? Close? It's Yiddish. It's a Yiddish word?
Sure.
I mean, wait.
Antiquan word.
SJM is Jewish. Right? Yep. That's what you said. See? There we go.
That is what I said.
Tries to convince her to stay in Antica rather than to run off into the war brewing across the sea. So Hafiza wants her to stay here. She plays the ultimate reverse psychology card by ordering Urine to treat a special paralyzed guest at the palace, which backfires spectacularly when Urine realizes the patient... No, she doesn't know it's Chaol Westfall yet. She just knows that he's from Adarlan, and she's like, no, absolutely not. But she does eventually find out that it is Chaol, the former captain of the guard, for the literal empire that butchered her mother. Urine throws down a hard absolutely not because she refuses to heal a man who took orders from a tyrant, but Hafiza hits her with a deep speech about their sacred oath, transforming this medical case into Urine's final spiritual test. Clutching the inspiring note from the mysterious scarred stranger who saved her years ago, the note says, the world needs more healers. Urine pulls a total unexpected girl boss move by swallowing her immense hatred and agreeing to at least assess the Adarlan Lord before making her final choice.
Girl boss.
She's a girl boss.
I'm happy she's back.
Me too.
Do you know her?
I'm very happy she's back.
I missed her.
Chapter 5.
She took her Hippocratic oath. Do no harm.
Do no harm.
Mm-hmm. Chapter 5, Chaol sits sweating in the stifling Antica heat, nervously awaiting his high-stakes medical appointment while trying to figure out the complex web of royal siblings. Look, man, he's as confused as you.
Dead, sky, land, spy.
Heart.
Pregnant.
Lesbian.
Wait, hold up, pause. Aegon, spy. Spy's boss, spy's by.
Hi.
Spies by?
Mm-hmm.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Urine Towers finally struts into the suite looking like an absolute golden perfection. Rawr. Though she's a few minutes late and sports a majorly icy vibe that leaves Chaol and Nezran walking on eggshells. The clinical assessment quickly turns into a battle of wits and blunt boundaries as Urine aggressively asks about his bathroom habits, his manhood, and demands he pulls off his
That's not
boots.
his manhood so much.
She loves his manhood. She's going to love his manhood. And he forces him onto the bed to inspect his spine. Princess Lesbian? Hussar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Lesbian expectedly... Honestly, I hate this. What I hate is your way is much easier for me. It really is. Like, I'm not even kidding.
What I'm doing here is Henry VIII. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Princess Lesbian unexpectedly drops by the palace room to tease Urine for her legendary work ethic, reminding everyone that while this brilliant healer is currently assessing the Adarlan Lord, she has easily conquered far worse injuries in the past. Go get him, Urine.
Okay, important things here is we learn also about Urine's friendship, obviously, with Hussar. And so they've had a long-standing friendship for the last couple of years, both Hussar and her partner, who've sort of taken Urine under their wing. And then also that there has been a romantic entanglement between Urine and Kashin, which feels unresolved. Potentially, one of them has sort of unrequited feelings for the other. Unclear at this moment in time, but these are important things to know about the royal family and Urine.
Which one's he?
Ground.
Kashin is ground.
Chapter 6. Urine retreats straight to the Healer on High's office event, deeply embarrassed by how horribly rude she acted during the initial evaluation because Chaol's desperate hope made her see absolute red. She explains to Hafiza that she can definitely fix his spine, but she's totally spooked by the rotted, freezing echo of dark magic. Rooted? Rotted?
Both. I was just saying it was both.
Yeah.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. Dark magic lingering inside the physical mark on his back. Meanwhile,
I thought this was really interesting. And I appreciated that we got it like so quickly back to back. Because I feel like we're seeing that Urine is a really talented healer, which is important. I feel like we're seeing that Chaol's injury is complex, which is important. And I feel like I appreciated seeing that tension that Urine is feeling, where it's like the Hippocratic Oath, but also acknowledging like who this man is and what he stands for, and like wanting to feel like she's good at her job, and also wanting to tell him to go fuck himself. I liked seeing that from Chaol's perspective, and then immediately seeing it from Urine's perspective, which is not like, I understand that whoever structured this in this way so that it lines up timeline wise, but because all of Throne of Glass is constantly switching perspectives, I don't ever expect that we're going to get a situation from two people's perspectives back to back like that. So I appreciated that this was a moment where we had that.
I also appreciate that it's like, she's like, yes, I think I can heal this, but also there is a little bit of that insecurity of like, this is not anything I've seen before.
Yeah.
So I think I can do this, but now I'm also sort of afraid of what this challenge looks like. And so I think that sort of the complexity of all those emotions in one is really valuable.
And I think it happens in these chapters. Maybe it's like a chapter 2 past what we read. It's just a line. There's no way Gemini would have picked it up because it's just a line. But going on to perspectives, like she treats Chaol like a dick, and I really like that. Like Chaol's like, have I done something to you? Do you know me? Like he like, because he hasn't done anything to her, you know. So I like that. Meanwhile,
yeah, and she's acknowledging that too, where she's like, he is a symbol of Adarlan,
right.
And yes, he was under the king, but also he was probably a child when all this stuff happened, and so sort of that acknowledgement again of like, who is the man versus who are the deeds versus who is the legacy.
And am I a man or am I a Muppet?
Right. I'm a Muppet.
Exactly.
I'm a man.
Muppet.
Meanwhile, Nesrin leaves reading Chaol behind to go hunt down her aunt and uncle in the city streets, finding herself completely out of her depth with the swoon-worthy Prince Sartak. Sartak, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I know
what I said.
I know.
Sartak?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you said.
I said
you said Sadak.
Listen, the R and the T look similar when you put them together. Could be a D. Look into my also slightly dyslexic brain.
Sartek steps up to escort her past the main gates. Sartek pulls a total girl boss move by casually revealing his elite ruck riding history. We got new friends,
Sky.
guys.
He's Sky.
He's Sky. Effortlessly charming Effortlessly charm assaulting Nezrin while ensuring the heavily armed palace guards permanently memorize her face for unrestricted access. We got Ruck Riders now. We got Eagles.
Ruck Riders is a hip hop group.
Sure is. Starring
Stop.
DMX.
Drop. Shut him down. Open up. Stop.
Oh. No.
What are the fourth wing? What are the Eagles?
Griffins.
Griffins.
Griffins. There are Griffins.
Empire of Storms, Chapter 11. Manon Blackbeak is left dealing with the messy aftermath of the Rifthold aerial assault, standing over the bodies of the Yellowleg witches she and Rowan slaughtered to save Cain Dorian. Our ultimate Iron Tooth girl boss grapples with the. This is a
I
man's
said
fault.
one.
It wasn't easy. Our ultimate Iron Teeth girl boss grapples with the weight of her treasonous actions as she realizes her loyalty to her cruel grandmother is officially shattering. When Astrid and the rest of the 13 finally arrive on the scene, her fiercely observant second-in-command, Astrid, immediately senses exactly what Manon did. Instead of turning her in, the Coven silently closes ranks around their leader, proving that their bond is way stronger than any matron's orders.
Because she did the right thing, dude. She did the right thing.
Yeah.
And the 13 have a moral compass.
Tower of Yawn, Chapter 7. Left entirely to his own devices, Chaol uses his serving girl Kaja? Kaja to fish for updates on the busy docks before unceremoniously wheeling his way into Prince Argon's Spy massive courtyard for a tense confrontation. Spy plays the ultimate aloof politician, validating that Rifthold has completely fallen, but refusing to offer any actual details before ordering his servants to wheel Chaol out of his sight. Later, at the royal banquet, a paranoid Chaol panics over Nezrin's hours-long absence while trying to field military questions from Prince Ground, who is actively being ignored by an incredibly distant Urine. So Urine is ignoring Prince Ground. Nezrin finally slips into the dark suite around 1 a.m. with flushed cheeks and bright eyes, triggering a bitter, exhausting argument with Chaol about safety and communication and boundaries before she angrily slams the bedroom door shut for the night.
Okay, I liked and hated this chapter. I liked the interaction with Spy Royal because
Argon.
I thought that was, Argon. But I thought that was really sort of like a good setup for the politics within the court, where he was like, we can't be seen talking to each other, and I can't tell you any more details because the walls talk and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you have to go. You're done. And I like that because I think it contributes to some of the intrigue between the political mess that is this court. On the flip side, fucking hated Chaol and his, like, I get that he was concerned about Nesrine, but also, like, just sort of like the weird possessiveness that sounded like just made me just despise the rest of this chapter.
I mean, he's paralyzed. You know?
Yeah, he's paralyzed.
So,
Great.
Wow. All right, no, he was a dick. Empire of Storms, chapter 12 through 13. This is where we end reading. These are our last chapters. Aelin, Aedion, and Lysandra are officially on the road traveling south towards the coast, pushing their pace to stay ahead of the enemy. Aelin is absolutely haunted by the devastating poverty and destruction she witnessed throughout the countryside, feeling the heavy burden of her people's suffering. Our fiery queen quietly leaves pieces of gold behind for the struggling citizens they pass, silently vowing to fix her broken kingdom. Amid the heavy travel, they set their sights on reaching Ilum and eventually Skull's Bay, fully prepared to recruit the pirate lord, Rolf, the dreaded
Pirate
Muppet.
Lord Rolf. He's a Muppet.
By
He's
whatever
a Muppet
means
of a man.
necessary. He's a Muppet of a man.
Actually, I am curious your thoughts about this. And so she talks about how she starts by leaving pieces of gold behind for various folks that she crosses. And then later she's like, she stopped leaving gold because she felt like she was just trying to bribe them, which I understand, but also part of me was like, still fucking leave the gold if you're seeing this much just sort of like trauma and poverty and challenge within your kingdom. I'm curious.
Yeah, I felt similarly. I was also like, what a weird, like, why write that
Yeah.
if you're not going to, like, go anywhere with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was like, maybe is this going somewhere? Is this, I don't know. But I was like,
I think it does.
Doesn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagreed with her. I feel like even if you're like, I'm bribing my kingdom, it's still like you're still leaving good behind.
Right.
People who are destitute right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's complicated, but I don't think it really costs her. She has a lot of money, so I don't think it really costs her anything.
Right, exactly.
So, go ahead, girl.
Chapter 13, our last chapter. Rowan and King Dorian are sharing a small boat sailing towards their rendezvous point, nursing the wounds of their narrow escape from Rifthold. Dorian finally opens up about the suffocating trauma of wearing the Wordstone collar and his crushing despair over failing to save his beloved Sorsha. Rowan steps up as stern but a supportive mentor, bonding with the young king by sharing the tragic, heartbreaking loss of his own mate, Lyria. This intense heart-to-heart officially cements an epic new bromance, with Rowan agreeing to help Dorian master his volatile raw magic before they hit the coast.
I don't know that I would say it officially cements an epic new bromance. I don't think Rowan likes anybody, except
that sounds like a bingo square.
I hate everyone but you.
Yeah.
He likes Aelin, but I also think it maybe fits Manon more than Rowan. But anyway, I think that Rowan is like, fine, if Aelin likes you, I like you, so I will teach you how to deal with that. But also, like, you need to find somebody that has magic like yours, because my magic isn't like yours. And also, like, what Aelin and I have is not, like, we're not going to have that. So we're like, I actually can't help you with that, but like, I can help you a little, but you got to find a better mentor, basically, is what he said.
Rick, you missed your opportunity to say Wordstone.
The Wordstone. The Wordstone collar.
Wait, so when Manon like stands trial, that happens.
Did that happen yet?
I read that. Did I read ahead?
Did that happen yet?
I read that.
I don't have my Kindle in front of me.
Hold.
And I can't. Well, this is all we're reading, so I don't got notes for that.
Pause.
All right,
that
guys.
Must have happened, because I only read these chapters, so it happens.
Okay.
Manon stands trial. She goes back, and they're like blood for blood, and blue blood heir kind of has her back.
Petra.
And yellow legs heir is like, no, fuck you. And the
Ikra.
And the matrons all decide that her punishment is that Manon doesn't have to die, but blood has to be paid for blood, and so Astrid has to die. That's how chapter 11 ends.
Is that chapter 11? Okay.
I think it must be.
I believe you. I know it happens. I just don't remember where it happened.
Yeah, I did reid it, but I also read ahead a few chapters.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where we left off. But that is obviously an incredibly important seminal chapter. And another sort of sign of the witch politics and the rift between Manon and the matrons, obviously her grandmother, but also the interesting character development for Petra, as she is acknowledging Manon and the fact that she saved her life.
And she also called that Iskra killed her wyvern.
Yeah.
And Manon used the wyvern's name, which Petra was really taken aback by.
Yeah. So we're seeing the complexity of which humanity.
Which humanity?
So, Amanda, the big question is Astrid going to die?
I don't think Astrid's gonna die. Right now. She might die eventually, but I don't think she's gonna die right now. I think this is gonna be like the straw that broke the camel's back for Manon finally being like, we out. I hope. I don't know. I've said that like 3 times. I'm interested in how this plays into the other clans, though, because I'd kind of forgotten about the Blue Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, cool. I wonder what's going on there. So I don't know. I don't think that she's just going to stand there and let them kill Astrid.
Well, she's supposed to kill Astrid.
Well, she's definitely not going to kill Astrid. And I don't think she's going to stand there and let somebody else do it. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so that is my prediction there. Everybody wants to fuck Chaol, but only Yrene gets to. And
I mean, Nesrin was already...
Nesrin really got in there, you know?
Even though now he's like, no, you can't touch me because my manhood is not the same.
Whatever.
Like, what else?
And what are my other predictions? Lysandra and Aedion and Rowan in a lead. Not Rowan in a lead. Lorcan in a lead.
Lorcan and Lorcan. Loken.
Lorcan and Lorcan. Lorcan and Lorcan.
Oh my god, fucking right.
Those are other predictions.
Fucking,
attorneys at law.
I was literally about to say that.
Everybody's coupling up.
All right.
We're not all going to get happily ever after. Somebody's going to die.
Okay.
But soup will be had.
All
This Empire of Storms is where all the soup is. Literally all of it, I think. Maybe there's like a little in Tower of Dawn. But
I don't think there's any in Tower of Dawn. I could be wrong because Tower of Dawn was after Empire of Storms. There is soup in Storms.
This whole series is not soupy. So
no. I really love seeing SJM's growth of soup throughout these her writing.
There are 4 soup chapters in Empire of Storms and 1 in Tower of Dawn.
All right.
Well, look at you.
I don't know what they are, but like I have a really pixelated image where I can see the counts.
All right. So there we go.
I know where the soup is.
What's our homework?
Oh, good question. Your homework is to
again,
read.
If you're reading this tandem read, this is what your homework is.
So the next chapter that we start with is Tower of Dawn chapter 8. We're going to go through Tower of Dawn chapter 18, which means stop when you see Tower of Dawn chapter 19. Again, I highly recommend you Google tandem read and get yourself a little guide. And then you can know where you're stopping and starting.
Yep. Are you liking the tandem read so far? Like the tandem part of it?
Oh, sure.
All right.
I don't know anything different, so.
Yeah.
Good. All right. She just shut her light off for some reason.
What else are we reading?
This is the only thing I'm reading. I think I'm like 40% through with the book. I think I have like 16 and a half hours left to finish this. And I decided to just read it because if I can finish it in the next week, then I can read whatever I want for a month. So that's my plan.
Well, I have to stay on pace because I'm the only person that the pace is for.
Yeah.
So I'm reading this. I'm 20% through because that's how much percent we are through. I'm listening to The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. Happy Pride. And I was like, this is fine. And then like halfway through the book, you switch perspectives and you start getting his perspective.
Spoiler
and now
alert.
I'm not fucking.
All right.
I like his chapters way more than I like hers. Theirs.
Yeah.
Now I know that they're theirs.
Yeah.
And I am about halfway done with The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the first Hunger Games prequel. I'm hoping to finish that like tomorrow-ish.
Is it good?
I'm having a good time. It's the Hunger Games, so like it's violent and disturbing.
Cool. Yeah, I'm listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl. I forgot. I'm re-listening to that series. I'm on the third. I'm on the third book now. That's not till the 8th book. This is one with the fucking trains, though.
Yeah, the trains, man. Trains are hard.
So many trains. All right.
I didn't read much of anything because my sister was here all weekend, and so I watched a heck of a lot of TV with her, which in some ways was a nice break because I haven't watched TV in a while. So I'm like 37%, I think, through this book right now. So I'm also just kind of keep powering through. With the intention of finishing it and then turning back to DCC, even though Breck doesn't believe me when I say that.
Wait, I sort of read a book. I watched Ken in Space.
I also watched Ken in Space with my sister.
Oh my god.
What?
They're talking about Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. It's Ken in Space. It was good, right?
It was good. I really liked the book, which I read the book, so I recommend that. But the movie was good. Pam had also wanted to watch it, so it was a good Friday night popcorn watch.
Yeah, I might read the book too. So watch Ken Space, and the other movie that I'm watching right now is not a movie podcast, but it was inspired by a book. I was inspired to watch Kill Bill 1 today because when reading this book, I was thinking of Chaol, and I thought of the line, "Wiggle your big toe." So I decided to put on Kill Bill.
Love it.
Because the bride is paralyzed at one point. Well, she's not paralyzed. She has atrophied in her legs. All right. There's your homework, everybody. Have a great bye, Bartholomew.
Bye.
Bye.